cracking this for the first time now. This is my honest to God first impressions of this bottle. And this is a redesign from Three Chord Bourbon. If you don't know Three Chord, it was founded by rock and roll Hall of Famer Neil Giraldo. So this is, again, another celebrity whiskey. When I saw Double Bonded, at first I was like, how the hell did the TTB even allow this to be released? But I suppose as long as it's not saying that it's a bottled and bond whiskey, it's just a blend of two different bottled and bond whiskeys, that at the end of the day, it's just fanciful terms. Double bonded doesn't necessarily mean anything, but still a very cool concept. And to take rye whiskey from Bardstown Bourbon Company and MGP, which are the two whiskeys that are blended, the two mash bills that are blended to make this, is unique, and it's innovative, and I love it. But this is part of their Volume 2 series. So again, it's kind of like a redesign with the bottle. If you remember, the old Three Chord bottles are kind of taller, a little not square, and they had their Amplify Rye. They had a few other things. I think they had a Tennessee whiskey. They were doing a lot of things. I think what we're going to do is we're going to crack this open now, let it rest in the glass for a few minutes. I'll talk about what the whiskey actually is, and then we'll get into the review. So we're going to let that sit for a minute. So the description: the first ever double bonded rye, blending two bottled and bond ryes from MGP and Bardstown. The label features the Darts, an all-female band that has a raw garage punk energy with a dark, hypnotic groove. Kinda spooky. Think fuzzed-out organs, thundering drums, and fearless vocals. Very cool. This blend of ryes is as unique as the hot pink label in the sea of green ones on the shelf. I like that. You know, all ryes, including my rye, or most of them are green labels. So that is true. Photo by Ed Arnaud captures the chaos and swagger. Gold medal winner at the San Francisco World Spirit Competition. That's great. That's a great start. Aged between 4 and 7 years for a mash bill of 86% rye, 9% corn, and 5% malted barley. So we're looking at basically, I'm assuming, a 50-50 blend of Bardstown Bourbon and of MGP Classic 95.5, and they're using different barrels, all aged at a minimum of 4 years, which is a bottled and bond standard, and then up to 7 years. So, I mean, there could be some 7-year 95.5 MGP rye in here. There could be some 4-year Bardstown. And I just think that's super interesting. And I'm going to read the back of the bottle, actually. And it says, "This isn't whiskey for the quiet. Riot is a double-bonded blend of straight rye whiskeys for the ones who own their voice and never back down. It's for the ones who know that revolution starts in basements, on scratched-up bar stools, and with ink-stained hands. Riot Rye, no rules, no compromises. Just pour, drink, and turn it all the way up. Three Chord was born from a love of both music and whiskey. It's all about celebrating the soul of the music scene, the artists, the venues, the photographers, the designers, and the fans. Go to the show, buy the record, support the people who make the music happen." Hell yeah. And they do have a QR code here on the back of the bottle that will, if I wasn't recording on my cell phone like the video, I would scan it and see what music it is. But they do credit the photographer on the back of the bottle here, and distilled by Bardstown Bourbon Company, Bardstown, Kentucky, with the DSP, and by DSP 15016 in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, which is MGP. So by law, they have to tell you where it is for a bottled and bond. But this is interesting, man. Double bonded, Volume 1 of Volume 2, I guess. And let's get into the actual nose here. It's been sitting for a few minutes, and I'm expecting a picklier. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a little bit mintier and cypress heavy, with some stone fruit and a little bit of bite to it. Just knowing the classic 95.5. Bardstown Rye, I love their Origin series, but I don't have much experience with their own rye distillate. So let's get into it. We're going to get into the nose. That nose is very... And I should say that the MSRP on this bottle is $50. So for something that's age stated between 4 and 7 years, minimum 4 years, very approachable, very good price. Very happy with that. I get a lot of eucalyptus on. That's like the first thing. I don't know why. Maybe because it's one of my like spray things I put on my bed before I go to bed at night. But I get eucalyptus, like a perfume. I'm getting some maple on there, but it's very prickly, like a prickly pear. Uh, Classic rye. I'm not getting a whole lot of like cinnamon or anything, but more like pepper, like a blackened pepper with some eucalyptus, some lighter perfumey eucalyptus type notes. Maybe that can be mint. And then a deeper, like, yeah, that rye kind of like classic. I'm not getting a pickled note on here, like a dill or anything like that. But that it's a lot of like charred black pepper. Like I'm thinking of like the outside of like a piece of meat, like a charred piece of meat, just without the saltiness. Just like, you know, grill marks and stuff like that. It's nice. That nose is super approachable, and it doesn't blow you away with a lot, but it's not the most interesting nose in the world, but it does its job. And for me, a whiskey nerd, it's pulling me in because I'm getting those lighter perfume eucalyptus type notes, but then also like that deep punchy in the mouth, dark, you know, black pepper with, some baking spice in there. Right on that note, on that sniff, I was getting a little bit of dill, which I thought I would get with a 95.5 from MGP. But it's super, super, super muted. So I wouldn't even like really put it in there. Now I'm nitpicking, and I just want to drink it. So, Three Chord Riot, double bonded rye whiskey, first of its kind. Cheers. Considerable amount of oak on the palate. Not a big finish. Not a big finish at all. It's actually kind of a shorter, smaller finish. I'm almost getting like a little bit of almond and just spice, like classic baking spice. The cinnamon comes out a bit more on the palate. I'm going to have to take another sip of this. It tastes like an MGP rye. I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting more of like a grilled fruit. Like if you're to put, I'm getting like for some reason pear keeps popping into my mind, and I don't even like eat pear or like have many pear flavored things. I know what it tastes like, but it's like almost like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not sour, but tannic maybe. The palate is classic rye, is what I'll say. It is quite balanced. It's quite, equal parts oak and spice, but I wouldn't expect to get as much oak as I'm getting. A little bit of barrel char, like a like a man, I don't want to say apple crisp because I just had apple crisp a few nights ago. This one's kind of throwing me through a loop. It's really good, especially for $50, and I'm actually very impressed. Because it's not too often that I get tongue tied doing reviews, especially at just on the spot. I'm pretty good at just kind of like saying the first thing that's on my mind, but for some reason I'm getting like, it's like grilled fruit with like sugar, just kind of, or like a maple glaze over the top of it, because it's not just like white sugar. It's like more of like got a little umph to it, like a maple sugar, almost like a darker caramel apple, something like that. But nonetheless, I'm kind of ranting now. This is very good. This is a very good rye whiskey, especially for $50. And Three Chord in general is always a trustworthy brand, I think. I just finished a bottle of their Amplify Rye just a few weeks ago, so it's kind of top of mind. A fellow celebrity brand so I understand the hoops. I understand, um, what a company like Three Chord goes through. And I really, really respect the hell out of the innovative nature of marketing something as a double bonded rye whiskey. Um, I really, really respect that a lot, and I think that it's a testament to the team at Three Chord to keep on pushing our category down, farther. Make us innovate. Make us figure out what the next thing is. And I do think that it's probably going to be. We're probably going to see more of these. Who knows? Maybe McTavish will do something like this because it's super interesting. It's to me, it's mostly like I'm really getting the MGP 95.5 out of this. It's still an 86.95 mash bill, so it's not like the rye content only goes down 9 points. Yeah. See, now I'm getting a little bit of like pine. Super good. I finished the glass basically. Yeah, this is a very, very good rye whiskey. I think that again, I'm gonna beat a dead horse here, but the price point is always super important. They're transparent about what it is. They're, saying it's double bonded. They never said it's bottled and bond, just double bonded. They tell you where it's distilled. They give you the age statement. I mean, hell, they gave you a QR code of a song to listen to on the back of the bottle. So just for that, I mean, bravo. Three Chord Bourbon. Very good bottle. I'm impressed. And if I run out of this, which I will because I'm going to have a lot more of it, I would buy another bottle of this for $50. So